Okay, so I'm making this as a like a video about car seaters. Yeah, it's gonna work as a like a video essay, I guess. Yeah, so here, this is the intro. Okay, so basically, Car Seat Headrest is an indie rock band that is comprised of 4 members: Will Toledo on vocals and guitar, and he used to mainly play on guitar. Maybe sometimes he will play on guitar. He usually doesn't, though. Yeah. Andrew Katz on drums, Ethan Ives on guitar, and Seth Dalby on bass. Not to mention that they tour with Naked Giants, which consists of 3 members, not sure of their names, but they play for rhythm guitar, backup drums, I'm assuming, and I think keyboard as well. Car Seat Headrest itself didn't start as a band, but as a project of Will Toledo's in college. At the time, it was very lo-fi, or it was considered lo-fi because it was very low quality, and it was very raw, I guess, in a way. He had a history of other music projects, but that's a story for another time.
I want to be the next SNL cast member.
It started in 2010 in Leesburg, Virginia, where he recorded all of his music in his car, hence the name Car Seat Headrest. The first albums he put out were the numbered albums 1 through 4, plus a 5th one, but that turned into another album. All of them came out a month apart. After the numbered albums, he made little pieces of paper with no written on them. Most of the songs on there were scrap songs made originally for other albums of his. Later on, he put out the Sunburned Shirts EP. That got took off of Bandcamp and then got combined with 5 to make My Back's Killing Me Baby, which was his next album that came out in 2011. After that, he made one of his most popular albums, Twin Fantasy, Mirror to Mirror, which was a conceptual album about a past rocky relationship with Kate Wertz. Not exactly confirmed, but she has said that she was a muse for this album, plus she was name-dropped in Famous Prophets' minds. Afterwards, Monomania came out in 2012, which was about the aftermath of their breakup and how he struggled. Soon, Nervous Young Man came out in 2013 with the album Destructive Membro, which is not listed on Bandcamp because it was an extra you would get if you paid over $5 for Nervous Young Man. It includes a song from his past music project, Nervous Young Men, Boxing Day.
I'm a sexture.
Destructive Membro was a collection of outtakes from the Nervous Young Man album. Also, some of the songs, like The Hard Part, were continuations or associated with songs from Twin Fantasy, Sober to Death in that case, is currently found only on YouTube or on SoundCloud or any other streaming service other than Spotify, unless you have accessed local files.
Don't never buy no gas station from the gas station, bro.
Later in 2013, he released the Starving While Living or Living While Starving EP. Not much to say about it. Yeah. Then, finally, later in the same year, he released his final self-produced album, How to Leave Town, which was about the process of moving across country. Fun fact, it was made when he was moving to Seattle, where he's currently located. Soon after, in 2014/2015, he signed to Matador Records, and that was the start of Car Seat Headrest's band. He had played live shows with other people he knew, but this was an official lineup. Originally, it was him on guitar, Andrew on drums, and some other guy on bass, who he had met both through Craigslist. But the bassist left, and Ethan took over for bass, I'm assuming. He has been shown playing it in 2014 and 2015 performances, as well as one KXP performance when it was just him, Andrew, and Will. He was shown playing bass, and like I said earlier, there are a lot of performances with him playing the bass. Then they recorded the album Teens of Sow, which consists of re-recordings of songs off of albums like My Back's Killing Me Baby 3 and Starving While Living. Soon after, in 2016, they would release Teens of Denial, one of their most popular albums and best/critically acclaimed, and Seth would join on bass in this time frame, which also played with Will in the past. Teens of Denial had included songs he had written/recorded in 2011, which can be found on his Tumblr, places like YouTube. By then, they were touring across the U.S. and it even appeared on Jimmy Fallon, which they would do once again later on. And then in 2016 and 2017, they released singles War Is Coming, If You Want It, America, and Culture, which were on a multi-artist project for a record company. Do not remember specifically, but I think so, called the Quad Dub. Culture and America were re-recordings of past songs. America off of How to Leave Town, and Culture was a different version of Ryan North by Northwest off of 3. Culture was the same thing, but with extra lyrics and a little bit different of an instrumental. In 2018, they released the re-recording of Twin Fantasy, which was called Face to Face, and it is one of their most popular albums. One of the songs were a bit different from their 2011 counterparts, besides the fact that they were better quality. And the theme could be differently interpreted through the lyrics and songs like Famous Prophets, Stars, and Twin Fantasy, Those Boys. That same year, they went and found again, as well as going on tour.
Go to fucking therapy. You're not right. You're not right in the head.
In 2019, they were kind of inactive, but Andrew and Will, mainly Andrew, had a side project called One Trade Danger, where Will and Andrew's alter egos, Stony Baloney, which with Andrew and Trait Will, came into play. It started in 2018 originally. It's a gag project, but they also have full lore, as well as releasing a game, Lombardi's World, which is named after the guy from Matador Records. He's a CEO, I think, in 2020. Fun fact, Ethan is depicted as the villain Cosset. His full name is Ethan Cosset Ives. Not too sure which one comes first, but it is included in his name. Jimmy Fallon did pose as, or he voice acted, I think, as Cosset one time in Run from Cosset. I think that was Fallon that did that. But, yeah.
I ain't been up on the block in a minute. I've been missing out the walk with him.
In 2020, they released Making a Doorless Open, or Madlow, which was unfortunately not taken well by fans. Due to it being more EDM-y and synthy than their normal stuff, One Trade Danger influence is kind of prevalent in songs like Hollywood and Deadline's Thoughtful, which One Trade Danger was sampled in. The instrumental in Deadline's Thoughtful was a part of a One Trade Danger song from 2018 called Drove My Car. In 2021, they would release a Madlow Influences EP that included covers of artists' music that influenced them. This was, again, not taken very well at all. I think it was taken worse than Madlow. Later then, they would release the Madlow Remixes EP, which also included the song Martin, remixed by One Trade Danger. Later that year, they would announce their Masquerade Tour, which would kick off this year, I think in March. Will performed in his Trait costume as well, and his fursuit of his Sona Mortis, who is a jackrabbit. Mortis is a jackrabbit, you know? They also played at a few festivals this year. Andrew Katz he had another side project called Skinny Teeth. It currently isn't active, but it's on Bandcamp, Spotify, and Apple Music. Go check them out. He hasn't made any new material for it since 2016. And then next is Ethan Ives with his main project, Toy Bastard, and he hasn't made any new material since like 2020, with only one album out called Live for Cowards. He has also made other music, or he also has other music out on Bandcamp, but it's all from 2015 and earlier. Seth doesn't have any side projects to my knowledge right now, but I will update if I find anything out about him having one.
Socks with sandals. What? Socks with sandals.
So yeah, this is the outro, I guess. But a lot of the audio is very, very choppy. I apologize for that because, in the original, in the voice recordings, there were a lot of, pausing. There was a lot of pausing or, weird, background noise, and there is some background noise in some parts of this, and I apologize for that because it was made right before I was going to go to the store, and I was reading off of my Google Docs, so it is not very high quality at all, and some information might be a little weird, like how I accidentally said that How to Leave Town was made the same year as Starving While Living, which is not true. It was made in 2014 and not the same year, aka 2013. But hopefully I will be able to do more videos like this when I get better at speaking. Yeah, but Carsey Headrest video essay, let's go. Yeah, but all of this was all taken from my brain. I wrote this all down without reading any other things. This was all prior knowledge of mine. Yeah, I didn't originally plan for it to be something like this. I just wanted it to be a little information doc in my my notes app. It ended up being a video, so yeah.